$2,400 if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, plus a 20% increase lifetime and a step up that could start right away and pay you $200 every month all the way to December of next year with a step up thereafter. Meantime, breaking news across the board for your second stimulus check. Will stimulus checks be coming during the holidays? A new push underway believes it will. It will. I'll tell you why. No less than 3 situations involving. First, stimulus checks in the continuing resolution bill, the budget bill. Next, Janet Yellen, the new Treasury Secretary, expected to step in and say, send out stimulus checks now. What are you doing? And third, Black Friday sales, not good. A new underway to push stimulus checks out right away amidst lockdowns announced in cities across the country, including here in Los Angeles. Meantime, great news across the board for the viewers of this channel who continue to get big money. This is rent, this is utility, this is food, this is $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000. I'll be getting you this money in this channel, in this recording. Big developments. I'm so glad you joined me on Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Sunday afternoon, and boy, big developments across the board. Big developments on your stimulus check. I'm so excited that you joined me. I'll have all these details that are unfolding just this weekend. It's going to change what's going on with the stimulus and answer some of your questions about whether there'll be a stimulus check during the holidays. Meantime, subscribe to this channel because despite what's going on with stimulus checks, which take upwards of 10 days to get once it becomes a law, I'm getting viewers money right now. Not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, but right now. Viewers are getting money in 24 hours. They're getting anywhere from $300 to $500 to $5,000 to $10,000 to $20,000. They're getting rent, utilities, food, and several items together. It's incredible testament of the power of the purple, the power of this channel, because this is CARES Act 1 money that's available for you right now. And viewers are having their lives changed overnight because I'm getting them $10,000, $14,000 for their family of 4 during the holiday season so they don't have to worry about whether the stimulus check goes out tomorrow or the day after that. So please subscribe because I'm going to go over that and more in this video and the one after this one. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. We're ranking number 1, 3, 5, and 7 today. In this video, I have so much information for you about second stimulus that's breaking today. First, the new push to change the whole discussion. You understand that the chief negotiators for the stimulus check have changed progressively over recent days. Well, now Monday is expected to be the big tsunami, as Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary for Joe Biden, is expected to be announced, is expected to get into the ear of Joe Biden and say, send out stimulus now during the holidays. Don't wait to January 5th. Don't wait to January 25th. Don't wait a day. Get it out right now. Meantime, Mitch McConnell is expected to do the same thing, but in a different way. He's expected to put stimulus in the continuing resolution, the budget bill that's due December 11th that determines whether the federal government shuts down or stays open. And Mitch McConnell's expected to put it in the Senate version of it and send it to the House, and that's where the stuff's about to hit the fan. I'll have details about that coming up and what will be the deal items that Mitch McConnell wants to have in there. Retroactively, I'll tell you in this recording. Then I'll be going to SSI, SSDI, Social Security and Railroad Benefits. Will that be part of this? Will it come right now? Will it come in a few days? I'll explain those details. And finally, we're getting to that free money. That free money which you need to be getting now, and don't wait a second. You need to be subscribed to this channel, following these videos. I got videos all throughout the day. I'm going live later. You need to stay with me because this is money that is yours to get. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that Black Friday sales on Friday were not good for retail stores, down 50%. Online was the second highest in U.S. consumption ever, but needless to say, the bigger testament of what's going on this weekend is Los Angeles. Los Angeles is dominating broadcast news today as it goes on to lockdown in a way that has not been seen since the early days of this pandemic. And that lockdown is coming with zero stimulus. Other states, like New Mexico, has dealt with it accordingly, saying, you know what, we're going on lockdown, but first we're giving you stimulus, and here's a stimulus check. That's what they did a few days ago. Hawaii says, you know what, we see problems unfolding in a few weeks. We don't want you to be without unemployment benefits, so you know what, we're giving you additional weeks of unemployment benefits in Hawaii. But across the country, most states aren't doing this because they cannot financially afford it. So what's going on now for stimulus? On Monday, Janet Yellen is expected to be announced as the new Treasury Secretary for Joe Biden, the basic replacement counterpart for Steve Mnuchin. What's important to understand is that she doesn't take anything from anyone that's petty or ridiculous. And this will be the changing guard between Nancy Pelosi and arguing over prepositions, adjectives, and adverbs and grammar in a bill for 6 months because she doesn't like your adverbs, and never sending out a penny because she doesn't like the way you punctuated or put a comma at line 1, page 3. To Janet Yellen says, okay, are you giving 42 million or 42.4 million? I'm focused on numbers, not grammar. And this is categorically what you need. You need someone who's focused on your numbers, giving you money based upon numbers that make sense, not based upon grammar that makes sense in a James Joyce novel. Jackie Collins novel. And so that's what's going to be happening. And economists, no less than a week ago, sent Congress and Yellen and Biden and Trump and everyone a letter saying, what's going on? You need to send out stimulus. You need to send out stimulus checks, multiple stimulus checks right now. You can't wait. This economy can't support it. And that's what broadcast news is going to say on Monday morning, because they're going to say, you know what, we got it. We understand COVID's increasing. We understand COVID's going out of control. But the big issue is lockdowns. The big issue is consumer spending. The big issue is there is no stimulus. You can't wait a single day. So what is Mitch McConnell going to do? A new shocking report this weekend says that Mitch McConnell is going to slide into the CR, that's Charles Riley, CR, Continuing Resolutions, what it stands for, the federal budget bill, stimulus. What does that mean? Well, every few months they have to have a bill pass that governs how the federal government operates. It provides funding for the federal government. Now, why is stimulus in that? Because it's always been in that. Every single stimulus, every single CR since this pandemic has hit has slid in some stimulus. Sometimes it has been anchored upon stimulus, sometimes just slid some stimulus provisions in here. So what's important to understand is that the news article, the new one, says that Mitch McConnell is going to put stimulus in there that the GOP wants, that you're going to want when you hear it in a second, and that ultimately Nancy Pelosi may say, have you not seen the directions to my way or my highway? And that ultimately that may be when Janet Yellen says, enough, Nancy, there's the door. Let me explain what's going on. The CR, according to the new report, as drafted by Mitch McConnell in the Senate, will ask for a stimulus check, an extension of FPUC at $250 a week, an extension of PUA, which expires in December, an extension of UI, which expires in December under FPUC, another round of PPP for small businesses, which are now being shut down because of the lockdown, student loan forgiveness continue, which doesn't cost any money, eviction moratorium so you would not be evicted, and mortgage forbearance, and then send it off to Nancy Pelosi. To which she would say, I want $600 a week for FPUC. I'm not giving that to you. And I want $900 trillion for state and local. I'm not giving that to you. Well, my way. Guess what? I'm shutting down the government. That's what the report claims will happen. That ultimately Nancy Pelosi will get the biggest reality check she's ever gotten since this pandemic started, which is someone who now controls anything passing a law, the Republicans, because the Senate did not fall to the Democrats and is still not fallen to the Democrats, will ultimately say, you know what, we're just going to shut down the government this time because you're not doing what you need to do. And let me give you a reality check is broadly where broadcast news will take this. Nancy Pelosi, you rejected Steve Mnuchin's offer of $400 a week for FPUC in July. It's been 20 weeks. 20 weeks times $400 a week is $8,000. And you rejected Steve Mnuchin's offer of $2,000 stimulus checks for all American households, adults, in October. That's an additional $10,000. So why is zero better than $10,000? Well, because his language wasn't right and children going hungry. No, Steve Mnuchin actually offered $1,000 for children under his stimulus bill. You only offered $500. So I think that narrative doesn't work. And that's where the situation's going to change very quickly as I drop something on the set. And that's expected to hit on Monday. So do I think that stimulus is going to be coming during the holiday seasons? As I've been reporting, if Congress acts rationally, logically, and diligently, I believe it will. I believe there will be a stimulus check. I don't think it'll be a beautiful, big, bold stimulus check. I think it'll be a very measly stimulus check because it'll just be emergency stimulus check. I believe there will be FPUC. I don't think it'll be $600. I think it will be somewhere around $300-$400. I believe it will be retroactive, but won't be retroactive where it belongs to July, which is where FPUC expired. I believe it will be retroactive to about September. And I believe there'll be some PPP. Other than that, I don't see hazard pay or anything else between now and Christmas. But I've seen crazier things happen with these people. Then let's turn to SSI, SSDI, Social Security Railroad Benefits. And next I'm going to get to that free money, which you need to get. Stay tuned with me. I have a lot of coming up in this broadcast. First SSI and then that free money. Let's go to SSI. SSDI, SSI, Social Security Railroad Benefits and Veterans Benefits. Really exciting news for you. Three things. Where would these come? People are asking me, where would these come? I think they'll come in a standalone bill for Social Security benefits because the Republicans want one, the Democrats want one. Everyone wants a standalone bill for this because it's not really stimulus, even though it is stimulus. Let me explain what that bill would provide. First, $200 every month, starting now all the way up to December 31st of next year, based upon an idea that you were left behind in the previous stimulus packages. You need to be caught up. $200 every month, that would be upwards of $2,600. As high as $4,000 Elizabeth Warren wants to give you. Then there would be a 20%, up to 20% increase a lifetime, which is just an enormous amount of money. So if you're making $1,000, you would make $1,200. And also a step up annually based upon a new benchmark. You're tied currently to COLA, which means if food goes up like this, COLA stays flat, and food goes up and COLA stays flat, and food goes up and COLA stays flat. So you're not getting any benefit. Annually, when they go to determine whether to raise your benefits, COLA's flat. And so it's like, okay, well, COLA's flat again. So they want to tie you to a new benchmark that moves up as egg and milks and food goes up in price as well. All really great news. So then let's turn to this CARES Act 1 money. This is the big shocker. I started this not this last Thursday, but the Thursday before that. And since then, this channel has gotten viewers upwards of about $250,000. It's just overwhelming. And I got to thank all the volunteers of this channel, which are now 9, which is just incredible, for their incredible help and their dedication. The money is important to understand is for rent. Well, first of all, CARES Act 1, then we have escalated benefits, and then we have EIDL. I'm going to go through each of those instruments. First, let me do CARES Act, and by the way, in 30 minutes from now on Purple, I'll be going over these instruments in more detail for you, how to apply, how to get the money in your hands. Then I'll be going over the other grants, and then 30 minutes after that, I'll be going over being a Mitch and explain more about the SSI bill, more about the continuing resolution bill, and more about that stimulus check bill. All right, so let's get to this. CARES Act 1. CARES Act 1. It's to provide money for food, rent, and utilities predominantly. And this is where it is. At your city, at your county, and at your state. It's at your city hall, your county hall, and your state housing authority. State housing authority. That is not your governor's office. That is not your police station. That is not your Whataburger. It's at your city hall, your county hall, and your state housing authority. They were dedicated money from the federal government under CARES Act 1, $150 billion. Every state got it. And now they're giving it to cities and counties to use or lose or return it by December 15th approximately. So you only have a few weeks to get this money. Where do you find the money? You go to the websites today. because the phone numbers are down. I'll go over more about the phone numbers tomorrow. You go to the county website, the city website, and the state housing authorities website and look for COVID grants, rent utilities, food grants, and medicine grants. Next, you go to your utilities websites. All utilities companies have separate websites: water, gas, heating, oil, electric, all those things, and look on them and look for COVID grants, rent, food, and what I just described. Utility companies sometimes are open on the weekends. It depends on the company. You can call them on the phone and say, "Hi, do you have any rent assistance or utility assistance for COVID?" It's as simple as that. What's important to understand that ultimately it's rent, it's utilities, and it's food. It's not buying a new house. It's not buying a new Mercedes. It's not $500,000 to go buy a new lamp outside for the front porch. It's for rent, utilities, and for food. It's not, name your bill. It's not Priceline for CARES Act 1. I'd like to have a hamburger. Excuse me? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So then let's turn to escalated benefits. Escalated benefits is so easy. It's so easy. So let me explain to you how you do it, and then I'll explain to you how much money you get. How you do it is so simple. You get your 2019 tax return out, get a copy of it, scan it, or take a picture of it with your phone and get that image onto your phone ready to send to them electronically. You're communicating by email or by electronic means through their website. And you're attaching a letter. "Hi, Unemployment Department. Please take a look at my 2019 tax return. My 2019 tax return shows that I made $32,000 last year, and I'm currently being paid $120 a week for unemployment benefits since February. Please see if I qualify for additional weekly benefits. Thank you. God bless." Very simple. Please see if I qualify for additional weekly benefits. Very, 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 very simple. That's all you're asking. You send it off, and then you call them the next day. And the day after that, you call them again. You keep on calling them till you get them on the phone and say, "Hey, did you do it?" It's retroactive. This is how much money you're going to get. Very, very, very simple. And I've done this video since April 25th. This channel turned 7 months old just a few days ago. And I got to tell you, I've made this video almost every single day for 7 months. So I know that you're entitled to this, because the money I've gotten for this is just insane for viewers. If you made over $30,000 a year, you are going to raise your benefits to likely the maximum level of your state. The maximum state unemployment benefits are published online on websites. Just Google it. But they're generally about $400 to $500 a week. And that means you'll raise your benefits about $300 a week. If you've been on unemployment for 30 weeks, that's $9,000 will be in your account. Bam, right now. Next, if you made $25,000 or more last year, you'll raise your benefits about $100 a week. That'll be $3,000 in your account if you've been on unemployment for 30 weeks. Bam, right in your account. Then if you made $18,000 or more 2019, it'll put about $50 more in your account per week. 30 weeks, about $1,500. Bam, right in your account. Very simple. Anyone who made over $18,000 should do this right away. Finally, EIDL. That's SBA.gov. Economic injury disaster. If you're an Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb operator, go get it. All you have to have done is declare your income on your Schedule C for your 2019. When you apply, if it is individual income, it is your name as the applicant, your social security number, your personal bank account, your name is the name of the business. The Schedule C line 1 is the gross revenue, and the Schedule C line 2 is the cost of goods sold. You will get revenue minus cost of goods sold divided by 2 as the amount in your pocket within about 2 days. So if you're an Airbnb, if you're Grubhub and you made $8,000 last year and cost of goods sold was 0 as declared in your tax return, you'll get $4,000 within 24 hours of doing the application. To determine whether you qualify, one very simple task: go to Experian, which is free, or some of the other websites will look it up for you as free as well, and check your Experian Vantage 3.0 score. And sure, it's 570 or higher. If it's not, go to Experian.com/boost and do the boost, which will raise your score 25 points, and then reapply. Or call Experian and get adverse entries off of there. It only takes about 2-3 days to get them on and get that in. And you will get the money that quickly. Of everything that's supported in this video. EIDL is the only lending instrument. Nothing to be repaid in the first year, and then after starting into 2022, you pay it over 30 years, which is like $10 a year. Why would you not get it? As such, join me in 30 minutes on Purple with big developments about this free money. I'm going to go more into detail about it and the new things that have been given to viewers by utility companies, breaking to just today. Then I'll be going over all the different grants and hazard pay. 30 minutes after that is being a Mitch. Stay tuned for all these developments. As always, go to the front channel, subscribe, and also like this video. Stay informed, stay focused, stay smiling, and stay LA for more.